guys, welcome back. My name is Anthony. I'm from Colors of Jaquette. Many of you guys know me from my Instagram videos, TikTok, a little bit of Facebook, but mostly around Porsches. And this video is more of a continuation from my docuseries called Zero to Porsche. All it really is giving you my perspective and the evolution of why I chose Porsche and why I love the brand. You know, like, that brand pretty much changed the trajectory of my career, my friends, the family, people who I've met literally in this industry around one brand. So I will start you off by saying, behind me I have a 1989 Carrera C4, and all it really means, C4 is all-wheel drive, and then the other model is C2, which just means it's rear-wheel drive, right? So I'm not here to overcomplicate it. I'm literally here to give you my perspective and the things that I've learned about the different cars. So this one is not your typical Carrera C4 because we did some modifications to it. We have E88 BBS wheels on Toyo proxies and Carrera CS seats, GT3 exhaust with fast speed headers, and it's definitely the sound to die for. One thing I do like about this car specifically is that you don't have to wear headphones to drive this car from, you know, whether it's a 2 or 4 hour drive. Been driving this car for about a day now, and I want to say a lot of things that I love about it is, number one, it has AC. Of course, I'm driving highways, so I'm not worried about overheating issues because for people who don't know, air-cooled cars don't run coolant, right? They actually run air. They run air through the ports in the head to keep the car cool. So that's the fun fact. The first Porsche that ran coolant was a 996. Apart from that, we have some very good, nice little features in this car. The list is long, so bear with me. I'm gonna literally read my phone to give it all to you because I wanted to do this video as a driving video, but it caught me in the rain, so that's why I'm actually under a bridge. It's fine. You get to see me out and about talking, and it is what it is. So I'll go over the list, bear with me. I am talking to you, but I'm just looking at my phone, okay? So we have RS air ducts, which are literally located in the front bumper. The thing about Porsches is that, or the Porsche community is that, no two Porsches are alike. Maybe from factory, but once you get it, why not customize it? Why not make it what you want to make it, right? So not everyone can source an RS, you know, or an RS America. So literally, we get the next best thing, which is narrow body or wide body Carrera. Again, this is not giving you more perspective based and less whatever it is, because I know once I start dropping these videos, people are gonna start coming for me. All the technicians are gonna say, this is wrong. I'm here just to share my experiences. So we have Bilstein coilovers. That's why you see it sitting at this height on those BBS wheels, which work very well. I would say it's in between comfort and a very sporty feel. There's no hop, there's no skip. The car feels planted, and I love it that way. I mean, if I compare it to a 992, this feels a little bit more fun to drive because you actually have to work the vehicle. I'm an 80s baby. I like some things traditional. I like to turn the magazine of a page. So that's why air-cooled always resonated best with me, because there are certain things that once it becomes too computerized, then I kind of lose that emotion. And my brand was built off of emotion. So it is what it is. So let's go on the list. We have function first performance shifter, which I will show you in the video. Bluetooth radio, Momo Porsche Motorsports leather wheel. It's a very nice touch. Of course, you can keep it stock, but again, no two 911s are alike. When you've joined the Porsche community, the perks are worth it to meet great people, to understand what people do, how many cars they have. I mean, Porsche community to me is almost like they're the quiet people that you need to look out for, because we just don't make a lot of noise. You know, like we make our cars make a noise, but at the same time, we're not boastful. You know, like we like to move through the crowd. Maybe you learn who we are the second or third time around. And I want to say I've adapted those characteristics over time through this Porsche community. You know, like starting from my dad. My dad's a very humble person. You know, he was the head of the game, you know, using the Modic 1, Modic 2. And I watched him put all these things together, and it just, you know, it's like, it's what you know versus like what you can prove. You know, that's kind of the world I'm from. So, I mean, what else do I say? I do love the ride height on this vehicle, and so far I haven't scraped. Of course, I'm gonna take my time going into each plaza, but I haven't scraped. The car is really fast. I was actually pulling against the 991 GTS last night, and first, second, and third, he couldn't get away from me. Imagine that. A 2015 911 GTS is having a hard time with this. Of course, the power to weight ratio is a little different, but I will say, yeah, I should have put some money on that race, right? In Mexico, of course. Mexico. One of the things that I noticed about this car that I was shown to later on was it has a roof splitter in the front, right? Right there. Because again, there's the air cool that you have to driver focused, and then once the tech started getting, you know, introduced into the newer models, then there's more assist. It's still fun, still 911, but there's a little bit more assist. So, you know, props to both air-cooled and water-cooled. They bring different power, they bring different respect. Again, oh, shout out to my good friend Felipe Nazar. He just won the Daytona Rolex 24, and wow, it was emotional for him, his family, even me. Just like, it was, you know, 3 consecutive wins. Yeah, he knows what he's doing. My dad wanted me to be a technician, and I was always artistic. So I would literally draw him while he's pulling a motor out of a 911, or, you know, installing a diff into a E36 M3, or, you know, figuring out why is this E34 M5 malfunctioning in the DME. Like, all these little different things is kind of like was ingrained in me, and I wanted to give it an artistic approach. Funny story, so my dad, I must have been 8 years old. We were 8 or 9 years old. We were in Jamaica, and he's teaching me how to drive stick. So there was this girl that I really liked in school, and he's like, "You're gonna learn stick today, so let me show you how it's gonna be done." And I said, "All right, I'll burn the clutch out." He's like, "No, you're not." And he brought the girl and put her in the passenger seat, literally on this incline of a hill. All I remember is that I never stalled it, because I didn't want to embarrass myself, you know. So that's kind of how I moved into driving manual and getting to know how all that works. The first time I ever drifted a vehicle, my daughter was like a year or 2 years old, and I remember I must have watched it on YouTube. It must have been a Ken Block video. I don't know what it was, but it literally said, "Get into the drift and let go of the steering wheel," and literally it will correct itself, and then you have to bring it back. So I'm on the way to work. I'm dropping my daughter off at daycare, and I tried it. I did it. I had an E36 right-hand drive M3, not the S50 motor, S52, so single throttle body. And all I remember was that it worked. I swore my daughter was crying in the back seat, and I look in the rearview mirror and she's giggling, she's laughing. So, you know, never did it professionally, but I had fun, loved doing it in the rain, you know, like, yeah, I mean, I can drive, but I think it's time to show you guys. Some people think I'm 27 years old. You can see the grays coming up. It's irritating. I would dye them, but they say gray is wisdom. So apart from that, it is what it is. I'm just enjoying life as it is. Me being 40 years old now, I want to make the next 40, 50 years the best. And I feel like I'm just getting started. You know, I've talked to some people who were like, you came out of nowhere. I've always been here. I've been servicing my clients and servicing other people where it was always behind the scenes. Behind the scenes is not a bad thing, but I will say that it has its pros and cons, right? You need to be able to show your work to other people. A lot of people really don't know you, you know, but they might know your work, they probably don't even know you did it. But I'm gonna be doing some more talking this year, right? From the graphic design perspective to video, why I got into video, the thing that I'm excited to get back into, which is the apparel. Designing apparel for, you know, almost 10 years and never did it for myself until one day I did. So I'm excited to show you guys that. Anyways, back to our C4. I would say the Recaro seats are definitely my second favorite thing in this car. The GT3 Fitment exhaust literally is just a wicked thing on this car. It really wakes the car up. I mean, you can hear it from a mile away, which has its pros and cons. You know, like you could be driving and there's 90% of people like it, you know, and then you have that 10% who are just against it. You know, they just want pure quietness, and it's like, what's the world if it was just a quiet place? Be rebel, right? That's why you have people like Magnus Walker, who I've been watching for many years, and I like it because his MO, his character is almost like, just live it out. Be outlawed. Just be who you want to be, you know? And I think the world is starting to transition more into that now, where, you know, people used to be called weird, you know, for not following the crowd or to doing these trendy things. It's okay to be you. Like, be who you want to be. Who cares? I want to say most of the time I'm by myself. Most of the time I'm focused so much on work and building for my two kids that I lose track of work-life balance. And it is what it is, but you know, like those things that I've done for the last 10, 15 years is the reason why you know me today. You know, so I'm happy for some of those sacrifices, and it's great to be able to show my kids that I'm doing something that they could see the results, you know. So 2026, I definitely have my blinders on. So I will be networking a little bit more. You will see me at certain events. Yes, primarily Porsches, but then I'll, you know, sector into other brands. But I think my docuseries is going to Zero to Porsche is really just going to be Porsche primarily. I don't know what else to say. I think we should get in the car and start driving. I don't know if this rain is going to ease up. So the cameras will be mounted from the inside, and let's go and have some fun. Hey guys, I didn't want to forget that this car will be available soon, and I look forward to showing you guys more about this, all right? So just stay tuned, all right? This is gonna be on YouTube, Instagram, a little bit of TikTok, but I will also give you the link to where all the previous builds for Ellie has done, and I wanna say I'm very impressed. Very happy to know him. I've learned a lot from him, and it's also great to meet people who don't gatekeep. You know, like, why gatekeep? Even if you tell me your formula, I'm gonna make my own version of what I think it should be. So let's just figure out what it should be and just do it that way, all right? So I look forward to, I just wanna get into driving videos, but again, it's raining and I hate it. I hate that it's actually raining. I want to just get out and give it a couple rips. Maybe I'll go out and just give it maybe 3-4 RPMs. Again, out of respect for it not being my vehicle, it's good that you just take care of it just like it were yours, right? You meet good people, be a good person too. All right, so I'm gonna close this out. We're gonna get into the car and do some driving videos. Again, the road's wet, so I'm gonna keep it easy going. You're gonna see me talking from the inside. Maybe not, because certain RPMs you won't be able to hear me, so I'm not sure if it even makes sense to do it. So let's just get in the car and just make it happen, all right? So I will close out the vlog now, only because I'm gonna be driving for the next like 30, 45 minutes, and I just wanna experience the car, all right? So I will see you guys soon. My name is Anthony. You can follow me on Instagram at everythingjaquette, which is everything, JACQUETTE. I'm also on TikTok at Colors of Jaquette, which is COLOURS of JACQUETTE. And I look forward to just talking to you guys more on here, right? So it's a learning process. I was literally out here and none of this was scripted. I literally was just talking to you guys from my heart. And I think with time, we're gonna perfect things and we're gonna get more, you know, we're gonna do more interviews, we're gonna do more fun driving videos, whether it's a Tail of the Dragon. I have some cool things that I do want to tell you guys about that, but that's more Q2. I'll see you guys soon. Let's go and enjoy the ride.